Sports Central. AFL.
Oh, don't you love it when you pick up the paper today and the sports headlines in the back there. There's hopping mad and photos of two of the North boys going to one another, and Roo Blue on the front page of the Age sports section today. Kangaroo skipper Brent Harvey and Daniel Pratt come to blows. Daniel Pratt's on the line to join us now. Hello, Daniel. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Probably wouldn't have signed up for this if I knew it was going to be on the back page of the paper today, but yeah, it's all good.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the sort of, I guess from North Melbourne supporters' point of view, they love seeing that stuff.
I think, we've always prided ourselves on being pretty aggressive sort of side, so probably just yesterday was a bit of a wet session, pretty slushy and muddy, and, just a tackle ended up turned into a wrestle, and the photographers went to town on it.
Well, it's one of those things where I guess it gives the supporters, they know your fair income about your pre-season, and you're committed to your season, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I think people get excited, I think, when this sort of stuff happens, but it was all a bit jovial, and it was Boomer was a little bit angry for probably 2 or 3 minutes afterwards, and then everything was fine after that. But the boys are very fit at the minute, and jumping out of their skins to play some footy, and hasn't been the only one. The boys have a few other wrestles have happened over the last few weeks just with the boys, so it's always a good laugh when you're not involved. Always
fantastic to be a photographer at the right place at the right time when there's not much other footy news around, Daniel.
No, that's right.
Take us through the pre-season, mate. How's it been so far?
It's been good. The boys are travelling nice at the minute, but 16 other clubs think they are as well, so just got to keep that in perspective, I think. We went over to Utah for the start of pre-season, and that was really good. The first time for the club, and just great experience for the boys, just a high-altitude, high-performance camp. We came back from there and had a couple more weeks before Christmas, and the boys are running really good times at the minute with their running, and we're pretty heavily into the football stuff now, which is good.
The young blokes, Daniel, how are they looking at this stage? I mean, I know every club's looking $1 million at this stage, but you got a sense from some of these young boys, Ryan Bastanak being one, that they're going to come through this year and really show something? Oh,
yeah, it's great when you get a lot of those guys were able to get 15, 20 games under their belt last year. Him and Cunnington and Jamie McMillan played a few games as well, and then Benny Warren and Jack Zeeble starting to play a few more games, Lockie Hansen. So we're getting a lot of these young guys who are 20 years or 19, 20 years old who are getting 30 games under their belt, and to be able to finish just outside the 8 on percentage last year was a bonus. It would have been nice to play finals, but going into this year, it gives you a lot of confidence.
The training camp to Utah, what did you take out of that, Daniel?
I'm not the scientist, but it just helped with the oxygen you're able to carry around your body.
Do you feel different having done it? Do you feel different? Do you feel more energised? You're getting an extra 400 metres out of yourself that you weren't getting before? Is that the sort of stuff that you're after?
Yeah, we got most of the advantage when we first came back, and we were able to they were able to train us really hard. Your body can pump more oxygen around, so your performance is a lot better. And then the lead on after that was blokes being able to run better times on our time trial, which we were around Princess Park. But
yep.
Most blokes ran personal best around Princess Park. And
did you?
I ran my second best time. I ran my best time when I weighed 80 kilos, and I'm 90 kilos now, so it's the best time since I weighed 90 kilos. But I didn't actually train. I just went over there. I just had a hip reco, so I just lived at altitude and did some cross training, but some of the guys got some real benefits out of it.
Oh, fantastic! Now you've got a couple of injuries that looks like they might curtail a couple of the boys for the start of the season. Most notably Nathan Grimer and Hamish McIntosh.
Yeah, it's disappointing to lose one of a ruckman who's he was close to Australian the other year for the first couple of games, but he may be back for round one. Actually, so I think he's going to be back for round one. It's Nathan Grimer who is touch and go. So he had back surgery, and he's coming along nicely now. He still walks around like an old man at the minute because he's a bit stiff, but he's going well. And then Hamish just had some surgery the other day, and I think he's only 4 or 5 weeks away from getting back into full training again, which is good to get back into full training before round one.
Absolutely. Drew Petrie, now he had a second operation on his foot, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a few ops just towards the end of the year, and he's coming along nicely now. He's doing full training. They just eased him into it because he's a bit older, and He knows what's expected. So he's been doing all the sessions since Christmas. Before Christmas, he was just they were just running him on a modified program. But he's looking very good at training, and he's been in the gym prior to that, so he's nice and strong again. And I'm tipping he'll play for it all year, which we haven't been up to playing for it all year, except last year we were going to, but he broke his foot a couple of times, and prior to that he was a bit of a swingman, so it'd be good having a key or centre forward like him who can just play up there all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Real stamp of Brad Scott in this pre-season?
He's hungry, fierce hungry, and I think that it's passed on to the boys. We sort of know what we've got to do, and if we don't play finals, we're kidding ourselves, I think. The boys are really up and about at the minute, so we've got to make sure we don't get ahead of ourselves, though, because every other club's up and about as well. So we'll just keep doing what we've got to do, and then when we start playing games, we'll be able to see where we're at. We've got Geelong and the Bulldogs first up in the NAB Cup, so that's a great test for us.
Yep.
We'll be able to see where we're at, and down at Skilled as well, so it's going to be tough. But going to round one, we want to be going as well as we can.
Sunday, February 20 is the start of that's the Lightning Premiership style start to the NAB Cup, and as you mentioned, you have got the Cats and the Bulldogs in that little round robin sort of thing. Do you like the idea of that format?
Yeah, it's a bit like the under-11s again. It's good. I think a lot of the players, it seems a bit Mickey Mouse. I think they thought the NAB Cup was being where players are being rested, and some teams are playing right through with full squads, and then other guys are trying to modify. Got players on modified programs, and it didn't really work too well. Whereas I think most clubs are going to play nearly their whole lists in this style we've got now, which is great for the young guys who have just come to the club, and it's a good chance for the coach and the coaches to be able to see these guys that they've just drafted.
And mix and matching things on an instantaneous basis from one game to the next is going to be, I reckon, a real advantage for the coaches. Yeah,
it's going to be good. I know Brad's said to the boys that he's going to play everyone who's available to play on our list at that stage. So you get to see some of the young guys coming through. It'll be great for our supporters and supporters of all clubs to be able to see the new draftees running around.
And membership, obviously, an all-important thing for clubs at this time of the year, Daniel, and you want all those North Melbourne people to jump on board, and the ones that didn't jump on board last year to get on board, because you're heading for the finals this year.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a lot of supporters out there, but not a lot of them sign up. Only the real passionate ones do. It'd be good if we could get a few more on board, maybe 10-12% more. That'll put us well over 30,000, which the club would be wrapped with if we could get there. So if you're not a member and you do support the club, make sure you jump on board.
Jump on the website kangaroos.com.au and follow all the links to get to the website. Off the text message, Daniel, Brendan wants me to ask you if you still get beaten by Mad Jack Dore in the wrestling.
Yeah, no, Mad Jack got me on just come off a hip reco, so he did give me a hiding though. He's a big, strong man, so we'll get to see him in the NAB Cup if he gets through injury free. So I'm sure a few of the North supporters are looking forward to seeing him.
And obviously, you've still got the two VFL affiliates now. You've got down at the fabulous Werribee Tigers and also with the Roosters.
Yeah, that's a great relationship with both clubs down there. Ballarat coming off 3 premierships in a row, which is great for them and great for us. And drafted one of the boys from there last year, Cam Richardson, so it's a very strong relationship. And then with Werribee as well, which is just down the road. We're on the northwest side of the city, so it's not too far to get down to Werribee, and they're very good as well.
And obviously, you'd be loving the conditions these days at Arden Street. It's a far cry from when you first walked in the place.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing the difference. Actually, a few of the young blokes complaining that the air conditioning broke down over the break, and we haven't had any air conditioning the last few days.
Oh, suck it up, princess!
Drew Petrie was wandering around giving a few of the young blokes a cook for whinging and trying to come into the old joint. So it's a very, very good facility down there, and something that I never expected would happen while I was at the footy club. And I'm sure Boomer and Brady were the same. It's great to have it, and it just keeps us up with the competition in that on that side of things.
Yep, and a real sense of the club heading in the right direction too, Daniel, both on and off the field, which is fantastic. And just with that membership, you can go 1300 Kangas as well. That's 1300 526. Just working this out, 427, 1300 526 427 or 1300 Kangas. Daniel, lovely photos in the paper today. I'm sure they'll make it into your scrapbook.
I'm not sure. Not when you're on the bottom. Not when you're on the bottom. But I will say that the cheap shot was actually from Boomer. He came from behind me, so he was quick to jump onto that and palm off the blame. But yeah, him and Matty Campbell have got a bit of a running feud with a few of the backmen at the minute, so there might be a bit more to see in the next few weeks.
Did you just forget for that fleeting second he's the captain of the side?
Oh, no, it didn't bother me one bit. Boomer's one of my best mates, and I sit next to him in the locker room. He's 29, I'm 30, and we sit next to each other. So the first opportunity I got to get him, I did.
Beautiful. Good on you, Daniel. Appreciate your time today, mate. Best of luck in the NAB Cup for your first game on the 20th of Feb in that round-robin series against the Cats and the Bulldogs.
Oh, thank you very much, Kev. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Daniel Pratt there from the North Melbourne Footy Club, as we mentioned, 1300 Kangas. That's 1300 526 427, or kangaroos.com.au. They're currently just under 15,000 members, or you can email membership at kangaroos.com.au. Their first one on Feb 20.